Hello, Divine Feminine. I know it's been a while since I've allowed myself to really just, I don't know, project into the universe to that weird, like, almost Neverland space where channelers can pick it up. I've been in, I don't know, just in other dimensions. I don't even know how to describe it. I can only imagine from what it feels like inside my shell, that what it looks like on the outside to you. I feel like from what communication I do get from you that I feel like you just pity me. It's almost like I went from making you the happiest person in the world to pissing you off left and right to just like being this just pitiful creature. I don't know, like Gollum. And lately, I don't know. I feel like so many things that I like, the baskets that I put my eggs into, like I tried to diversify and put my eggs in many different baskets. So if one broke, I didn't lose all my eggs. But it's like I put my eggs in different baskets, but then set them all on the same platform. And like one mishap, like one truck, one tractor running into that platform, and they were all gone. Or like I set them there, and night by night the eggs get picked off by rodents and pests and things. Like I don't know how to describe it. A lot of it, I'm just barely starting to grasp the karmic aspect of it. Like, there's so many things that I see happening and going on that remind me of things that I've done, especially things that I did to you. Like, I feel like it feels crazy to think it, but it's like everything wrong that I ever did to you or to others, that it's all happening to me. And then I get these moments where like I'm upset that this thing happened to me, and then there it is right in front of my face. The universe is like, well, it didn't feel very nice to these people either. And then I don't know how to feel. Like I feel like I still don't like that it happened to me, but then how can I really be mad at whoever, at you, at people at work, and people in the rest of life? How can I be mad at them when I did it? But then I also get this other feeling like, no, you know what, I shouldn't have done it either, which I feel like is a message that you've been telling me. Like, I know I've not been very harmonious at communicating, and like if you try to tell me like this thing that you're doing isn't good or it's hurting me or others, and instead I'm like, well, you did this thing and you did that thing. And I don't know, I feel like it's one of those to where like when I turn things on, or when I turn the tables on anybody else, they go, oh well, but you did this and I did that and da da da. And but when I do it with you, or I see anyone else do it with you, you're like, yes, I did that thing and it was wrong. And it's equally wrong for it to continue now from you. And feminine, there's just so many times that you say things and do things that's like, it's like unheard of. Like I feel like I'm sitting over here and like, sure, I got money in my bags to a degree. It's all tied up. It's all in debts and bills and things that I don't know how I'll ever pay off. More debt than I've ever been in from just not good choices. But then I look at you and like, I mean, I've seen you at the top, I've seen you at the bottom, and obviously you're going through your own ups and downs. But I feel like, feminine, you drive me crazy because I see you going through a lot of the things that I've been through, or that I've seen others go through, that were incredibly hard. And yet you make it look easy. Like even the hard stuff, you make it like you have such a grace, you have such a way that you go through it that's like, I don't know. I mean, I've even heard people be like, how could she act so happy? Or how could she get through that? How does she get people to help her? How does she get this from that place or this from that place without doing anything wrong? Like, you know, I've known all sorts of people that have been through all sorts of things. They're like, the only way I could do it was XYZ crime or ABC lying or, you know, things like that. And I know people even within various systems to help people that'll tell you to lie, that'll tell you to omit things, that'll tell you to exaggerate it here and there. And yet, I swear it's like in all the places where I was put in those positions and I chose to lie or to hide or to accept a bribe or to bribe someone else or to run from accountability. Like when you're in those same positions, you choose to be honest. You choose to live out loud. You choose to remove yourself from unhealthy situations. You choose to hold boundaries. You choose to be happy anyways. Like I swear, whether you could be living in a tent in a back alley and I feel like you'd still be smiling and it wouldn't be fake. I see you put smiles on other people's faces too. And even despite that, you know, the karmics and pirates on my end don't like anything about you, many of them are also still learning from you, still copying you like before. I feel like somehow you went on this spiritual journey of some kind, almost like the Buddha, but in a totally different, bolder way, to where it's like you had everything and you just said, I don't want any of it. And you went to live, you know, at the bottom for a while and then worked your way up from there, all with this like positive attitude and not one of those like fake perky bubbly ones that people put on a facade to pretend like life is great. Like, no, you're like one of those ladies that's like genuinely grateful to see a dandelion growing out of the crack in a sidewalk. You're one of those types that like you could be staying in a car and under the moonlight and the starlight and you're like, man, isn't this a blessing? You know, you're one of those people that it's like somebody could tell you to go suck rotten eggs and you'd be like, you know what? Maybe there's something I can learn from this. Or, you know what, I really appreciate that person said that because it showed me that I have good self-esteem and I don't need to listen to that. I don't even know. Like, you just, you just do things differently. You always have. And I feel like most people love you for it. But then, like, I don't know, the people that I know, they don't like anybody who's different. They don't like anybody that rocks the boat. I don't like anybody that likes themselves. And I feel like I don't, like, I feel like I know what the right thing is to do, but I can't figure out why I can't make myself do it. I feel like I know that what I really want is all the same things that, not all the same things that you want, but all the right things that you want. To take better care of myself, to take better care of our kids, to do things in an upright way, to be honest, to be kind, to be grateful. Like, I know those are the right things to do, but then I don't know. I feel like I don't want to explain it and I don't want you to know about it, but I also feel like you already know about it. And part of it is this connection that I just can't explain. Like, somehow, even if nobody's told you anything, you already know. And I mean, I don't know if I'm spiritual, but I'm at least superstitious enough to recognize that there's something different about that. Like, there's no way you could have the inside advice unless it was through a connection with us. And like, I don't know, I don't tell people about that stuff because I can just imagine how they'd take it. They don't even believe in optimism. What would they think if I felt like there was this supernatural connection between us, you know? And then even on another level, my ego, my stubborn pride, you know how I am. I feel like sometimes I get these moments where like I'm ready to do the right thing. I know what the right thing is to do. And I know that, you know, you're not waiting for me, but you're available and open when I'm ready to do the right thing. And then I get to that point, and even if nobody else is sabotaging me and nobody else is doing anything to like egg me into doing the wrong thing, my own ego jumps in, my own mental zoo animals pop out and are like, no, then you can't admit defeat. Like, I didn't even know how to explain it. It's just there. It's just something I need to grow on. And I don't know, feminine. There's so many different things going on, and the wait has been so long, you know? I feel like there's this part of me that, like, knows no matter what it looks like, sounds like, or feels like right now, that it's going to work out at some point. I don't know when. I just know that it will. And let's see, this is where you drive me nuts sometimes, feminine, because I feel like it's because of you. See you at the top, at the bottom, at the top again, at the bottom again, like doing your thing, and then watching myself go through things. Like, I feel like just in knowing you, no matter, even when you do things sometimes, feminine, that just either they crush me or they trigger me and I get so mad, like even then I still always have this little voice of yours in the back of my head. And I always have this like space where I'm like, I remember, like, I go through hard things and I think about what you would do, you know? And I feel like the number one thing that I've learned from you is to always keep hope, always keep faith, always keep love alive in your heart. Like, even if you might get hurt, just to do that. And I feel like even if we were to have the biggest fight and walk away and never see or talk to each other again, like even if we did that, you would still be one of the biggest parts of me, you know? Oh, divine feminine. I don't know what to do with this mess. I guess I just hope that if you hear this and you're out there, that, I don't know, keep taking care of yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't mind me or people like me. You just keep shining, that shining star.